No question about it. The best comfort food is definitely homemade. Wonderful smells filling the kitchen, delicious, freshly cooked food, and a big side order of nostalgia. For me, fantastic stews, hot pots and puddings will always hit the mark and remind me of my mum. That's why I love them. My ultimate comforting dinner is a real favourite in our house, and I hope it will always remind my kids of me. And joining me in the kitchen to cook the comfort food of my childhood is my youngest daughter, Tilly. My ultimate comfort food dinner is a stunning sausage hot pot, which we'll serve with a gorgeous potato and beetroot gratin. Now,
I love hot pot.
you love hot pot? And you love sausages, right?
Yeah.
What do you enjoy most about sausages?
I just love having them with the baked beans sometimes.
With baked beans sometimes. These are little button mushrooms, OK? You just take them into there like that and keep them whole and cut them into quarters, please. Now, the important thing about cooking sausages is they need a bit of colour, right? No colour?
No flavour.
Exactly. Get the pan nice and hot. How was school today?
School was good, thanks. We got to go out and make snowmen.
Sausages in. OK. Butter and mushrooms in there, please, my darling. See? Now, I want you to watch your fingers, but you know how to slice onions, right?
Definitely.
Off you go, darling. Now, sausages are getting lots of colour, because this is going to cook slowly, and it's sort of Daddy's version of the kind of hot pot. You know the one Nanny used to make for me?
Yeah.
Once you've got the colour on them, and take them out to rest, OK? A little knob of butter, OK? Into the pan. Now, it looks like a lot of onions, right?
Yeah.
As they start sweating down, they caramelise. So that'll go down by half. Give that a little fry. OK? Salt in. I want you to put a nice tablespoon of brown sugar in there. That gets them really nice and dark. Now, get your thyme in. Pick off all the little buds. That will get the onions packed with flavour. That smell nice?
That smells nice.
Mushrooms in, give them a nice little stir.
Did you like to help Nan make your hot pot when she made them for you?
I used to always help Nan make the hot pot. Always.
Now, my mum would never have used this, but aged balsamic vinegar brings out the flavour of the onions.
Right, now look at our onions. Look, beautifully caramelised.
Wow.
The vinegar's given that nice sort of gloss. I'm going to put my sausages back in here now. From there, some red wine. Red wine in. Got the flavour underneath there going into the sausages now. The sausages are going to release all that flavour inside as well. Look at the colour of that. Does that look beautiful?
And the smell.
And it's still not cooked yet. Up to the boil. Really important to boil it here because it won't boil in the oven. 170 in the oven, literally 18 to 20 minutes. In she goes. Nice.
To go with my hot pot, rich, golden, creamy potato gratin. It's a true comfort food classic, and I'm adding a delicious twist, beetroot. Start by gently heating double cream. Then peel and thinly slice potatoes and cook beetroot. Next, rub garlic around the edge of your dish to thoroughly season with a glorious flavour. Then grease with a good layer of butter. Arrange alternate layers of potato and beetroot, seasoning in between. End with a neat layer of potatoes and pour the hot cream over the top. Bake in a preheated oven for an hour or until the potatoes are tender. Potato and beetroot gratin are bubbling beauty of a comfort food dish. Now for the apple compote.
What we need to do first is to get these peeled and sliced. I get my pan on to get nice and hot. Now, let me give you a little taste of that.
It's a bit sour.
Isn't it?
Thanks for the warning. Whoa.
Whoa.
Nearly blew my head off.
They're incredibly acidic. okay? And you need to cook them. Those wonderful red apples you've got are called Brayburns. What other apples do you know? Green ones, what are they called?
I'm not too sure what the green ones are.
Another word for your nan.
Grandma's?
No.
Red.
No.
Pink lady apples.
No. Granny Smith.
Granny Smith apples.
That's right. What we're going to do is cook the cooking apples and the eating apples together.
I love the combination of the tartness from the Bramley cooking apple with the sweetness of the Braeburn.
Get the pan nice and hot and sprinkle the bottom of the pan with caster sugar. 3 or 4 nice slices of fresh ginger and 3 little cinnamon sticks. I want you to remember that because we're going to look for them, OK? Because once we've used them and they've worked their magic, I need to pull them out. See all the sugar dissolving?
Definitely.
Now, we just let that go a little bit darker, OK? And then we place our apples in.
It's very quick.
Doesn't it? Give that a nice little toss, OK?
A nice golden colour.
Cinnamon in, ginger in. So we're cooking down the apples, butter in.
Gently cook until the apples soften, then take off the heat.
And they go into there.
What's that coming out, Dad?
So that is a little bit of the puree. I'll show you we'll do that in a minute. How many ginger?
4.
4 ginger.
And 3 cinnamon.
3 cinnamon. Out with the cinnamon.
Got
And the ginger?
2 gingers.
And we take a spoon of apples. Put them in. Bottom.
It smells so nice.
How nice does that look? See the colour of the apples? Let's put these in the fridge to get nice and cold.
That's the compote sorted. Easy. Now, a simple creamy whip to crown the top.
If you separate the egg whites into there for Daddy. Right, egg whites are in.
Egg whites
Yolks
are
are separate. Off you go, Louie. And I'll sprinkle the sugar in, and then you turn up the speed. Good girl. Push it off, please. Now let's see if you've got a really nice stiff peak. So you lift them up. Now that is what I call a nice stiff peak. Well done.
Not bad, not bad.
Next, in a separate bowl, whip double cream until stiff.
Nice and slowly. Off you go. So cream whips so much quicker.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that by hand, Dad?
We're going to put some delicious lemon zest, which will make the cream so much better.
Then sweeten it up with leftover caramelly compote puree.
And you mix that in nice and carefully. So it's like this apple butterscotch.
Now, to make the cream even lighter, fold in those whisked egg whites and sugar.
Egg whites into the cream. Just nicely fold that in. So you bring your glasses back out. Manage the glasses?
Yep.
Good girl. Tilly, we're on for a treat. Open up the piping bag. Now, twist the end. Now, you could spoon this in, but I want to just give a nice little lift.
It also gives it a nice pattern.
Lemon on top. Back in the fridge. The beetroot and potato gratin. Isn't that lovely?
That's lovely.
And sausages.
Ooh.
Finished with the flat leaf parsley. Now, look at those 2 beauties. It doesn't get any more comforting than that, does it? For one of the best hot pots ever. Tilly, that looks amazing.
I know.
Well done.
This is my ultimate comfort food dinner. Sausage hot pot with potato and beetroot gratin, followed by apple compote. Food with guaranteed feel-good factor.
When I was a kid, there wasn't a lot of spare money in our house to spend on fancy ingredients, but Mum was brilliant at what she did, let me tell you. So we had really tasty, hearty food, great cakes, amazing puddings, all made with the freshest ingredients. That's right, isn't it?
Yes. Let's get the show on the road, come.
We're cooking the kind of food Mum always dished up. starting with a family favourite, steamed date pudding with a glorious butterscotch sauce.
They weren't called desserts in those days, were they?
No, it was puddings, yeah.
Puddings. Now, I'm going to sieve the flour. Would you
I'll chop here, shall I?
chop those dates, please?
It was a favourite, wasn't it?
Amazing. Sew it in. OK. But it was almost like an old-fashioned dessert, wasn't it,
Yes.
steamed?
And everything was sort of steamed. You had jam, roly-poly.
So the zest of the orange makes that really nice and fragrant and sort of helps cut that richness to the suet. OK.
Yeah.
Brown sugar in. This is such an easy recipe.
It is.
Looks fantastic on the table. And then treacle. Treacle in. Oh, look at that. There's something quite magical about a spoonful of treacle. Can you add them in there, please? Thank you.
Will do.
And crack an egg. Lightly whisk it and mix that into the milk. If I pour in the egg and the milk, would you give that a little mix up, please?
Yep.
Thank you. Nice.
Nice and slow. Don't go too fast.
You see, I always used to think that it was an old-fashioned dessert, steamed pudding. Do you ever remember me tumbling around your knees, trying to sort of get in there?
Yeah, so you like to lick the bowl, didn't you?
All the time.
Yeah.
Now, lightly grease the mould.
You're always willing to help, but not with washing up. Some things never change.
I think I was allergic to the soap.
That was your excuse. Kids will enjoy this tonight, won't they?
Delicious. Paper. That goes on. So the secret behind the parchment paper is to keep that nice and tight.
Tight, yep. There we are.
Good. Now, oh,
Hey, wash my hand.
come on.
Tightly cover with foil and place in a pan of water and let it steam for around 2 hours with the lid on.
Are you going to wash up, Gord?
One more, please.
Eh?
Said
Just
again.
for once. Wash up. Mr. Ramsay. Oh, dear goodness. You let that smash?
Mum, you handed it to me and you dropped it. Come on.
I didn't drop
Whilst
it.
Mum forces me to break the habit of a lifetime,
Dear, oh dear.
That's the thought of you washing up. It does that to you.
here's how to make an amazing butterscotch sauce to serve with the pudding. Add butter into a pan, brown sugar, golden syrup, and a pinch of salt and vanilla seeds. Melt and combine over a medium heat. Stir in the cream and simmer until thickened. That's the taste of my childhood in a jug right there, and it will keep in the fridge for a week. Now for the main course, my all-time favourite, shepherd's pie.
What's the secret behind a really good shepherd's pie?
I would think the vegetables you use in browning it.
So we're going to use leeks and onions and start browning off the mince. You know, no colour, no flavour. I've never forgotten that, you know that?
Yep.
So,
Got to have colour.
got to have colour. Otherwise, it puts that grey tinge on the shepherd's pie that looks
Makes it-
greasy and cheap and nasty.
We don't want that, do we?
And I know you don't do cheap and nasty. Let me clear your peelings, Nan.
All right, thank you very much.
There's no nails in there now, is there?
No, don't be cheeky.
I remember your amazing shepherd's pie in that lovely little restaurant you used to work in Sheep Street in Stratford-on-Avon. So you never got food sent back?
No, sometimes they complained that there wasn't enough.
Come on.
No, I'm telling you the truth.
You never, ever got a complaint?
No,
How long did you work at that restaurant for?
6 years.
6 years.
Dad and Nan.
Oh, hello,
Hi,
Tilly.
Tilly.
What are you cooking?
I'm going to make, OK, a sort of modern version of Nanny's shepherd's pie.
Dad, shouldn't Nanny be doing the cooking because she's the better cook,
Excuse me.
right?
Mum, would
Tilly.
you chop our onion, please, darling?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, your eyes are going to water.
No.
Daddy, what's in this pot?
Sorry?
What's in this pot?
In there, we got a delicious steamed treacle and date pudding.
That's for supper,
I got a
Tilly.
joke for you. How do skeletons call their friends?
How do skeletons call their friends? I'm not too sure.
On the skeleton.
On the scale of Tilly, come on.
And, okay, so 2 cats are in a race. One is called 1, 2, 3, and the other is called Under Trois. Who won?
I don't know. Tilly.
Depends who's the fastest cat.
1, 2, 3, because Under Trois cats sank.
Oh, goodness me. Tills, why don't you make a nice cup of tea for Nanny?
Do you want me to disappear?
Thank you, darling.
Bye.
So give that a little fry off, OK? Nice. Poor Tilly's jokes. They get worse.
Oh, she's only having a bit of fun. Worcester sauce.
Worcester sauce. That's going to give that really nice, spicy seasoning.
Ouch.
Thank you. Oh,
That's hot.
you OK?
Yeah.
Tomato puree in.
You could put a tin of tomatoes in this if you wanted to.
You could, yeah. Put that mince back in there once it's drained. I'm just going to put a little touch. I know you'll go crazy at this. A little touch of red wine.
I wouldn't put that in.
Brilliant.
But why the red wine?
Well, because I'm going to make it nice and rich. OK. Reduce the red wine down.
Yeah.
And then start covering your mince with your stock. Now I'm going to bring that up to the boil, OK? And then get some fresh rosemary, OK? Like a little taste?
Yes, please. Is it hot?
It's a little bit hot, be careful.
Oh, I don't like the wine. Sorry. Oh, God. Aye?
As it cooks out, the wine and the alcohol will disappear. It'll be delicious, trust me. Now,
God.
spring onions we'll chop up,
Yeah.
and that's going to go through the mashed potatoes that's going to sit on top of that
That's nice. I like that.
savoury,
Yeah.
delicious mince that's laced with all that red wine. Nice. So spring onions into there, please, Mum. And I'm going to drain off the potatoes.
Hi, Dad.
Hello.
Oh, hi,
Paul.
Jack. Hi, Holly.
Hello.
Hello, Jack.
Have a nice day at school.
Yeah.
So we're going to dry out those potatoes and then mash them.
No. Oh, can I mash them?
Would you? Holly, slice a little knob of butter in there for Jack, please.
So what was the restaurant you worked at then? Were you a chef?
Cook.
Oh.
I love the diplomacy. Were you a chef? I was a cook.
Nanny, did you teach exactly that?
Not really. They used to help me when he was little.
Right.
Like you kids do.
Now, potatoes,
These are nice and fluffy, aren't they?
aren't they? And do you know what, Mum? Look, delicious mashed potatoes
Yeah.
with no lumps in there.
Hey, what are you getting at? Hey?
It's great having you back in the kitchen, Mum, you know that?
Yeah.
Huh? Seriously.
Brings back good memories.
Now, just...
Why'd you do that, Dad?
I just want to fork it to get it nice and spiky. So I want that nice crispy topping. And then lightly grate that cheddar cheese on top. And that goes in the oven, literally 20 minutes, 180.
20 minutes.
Jack, could you open the door, please, Mum?
That looks lovely.
Doesn't it? Even though you said you didn't like it earlier. OK.
Back in the day, Mum's meals all came with 2 veg, and this is no different, but with a modern twist. Braised peas and carrots with a fantastic homemade mint butter.
Shepherd's pie, glazed on top,
That looks lovely, doesn't
doesn't it? And then the carrots.
I seeded carrots.
That's why I didn't put carrots in. Let's put them on the side.
I see.
Last chop before serving, pour that gorgeous butterscotch sauce over the pudding.
I'll take one at a time. That smells incredible.
This is my ultimate childhood dinner. Shepherd's pie with crispy cheese champ topping, sweet buttery peas and carrots. And a steamed date pudding dripping in butterscotch sauce. All that's missing are the family.